1978, the return of Project Serpo, an obscure mystery and tragic destinies. The years following the return of the Project Serpo members in 1978 are marked by a persistent veil of mystery surrounding the events and tragic fates that follow. This chapter delves deeper into the complex story of Project Serpo, exploring the subsequent developments and theories surrounding this still unsolved mystery. Pursuit of silence. The years after 1985. After years of enforced silence, the returning members of Project Serpo continued to live under the weight of secrecy until the mid-1980s. Their silence reinforces the mystery surrounding this interplanetary mission, leaving the ufological community and the general public in suspense as to the truth behind this expedition. Enigmatic deaths, a disturbing pattern. The tragic fates that befall the members of Project Serpo from 1985 onwards add a sinister dimension to this already enigmatic story. Some die in mysterious circumstances, prompting speculation about the nature of their mission and what they may have discovered on the planet Serpo. These deaths reinforce the idea that a veil of secrecy surrounds Project Serpo. Intensified conspiracy theories. Government involved? Conspiracy theories about Project Serpo are gaining momentum as the deaths pile up. Some suggest that the U.S. government, anxious to preserve the project's secrets, orchestrated the deaths to maintain silence. Others suggest that returning members of Project Serpo may have been exposed to harmful alien elements during their time on Serpo. The unfinished conclusions. The legacy of the Serpo project. The mystery of Project Serpo remains unresolved, with lingering questions about the truth behind this interplanetary mission. The story's unfinished conclusions and contradictory elements leave room for a multitude of theories and speculations. The legacy of Project Serpo lies in its status as an emblematic case in ufology, symbolizing the constant challenge of discerning the truth within intertwined narratives of space exploration and possible extraterrestrial contact. Conclusion: the enduring shadow of Project Serpo. In conclusion, the return of the Project Serpo members in 1978 and the events that followed remain an enigma shrouded in mystery. Tragic fates and intensified conspiracy theories add layers of complexity to this tale, making Project Serpo a fascinating and controversial chapter in the history of ufology. The enduring shadow of Project Serpo continues to linger, prompting researchers and enthusiasts to explore the darkest corners of this still unsolved mystery. 1980, Janet Airline. First expansion. Janet Airline expands with Boeing 737 acquisition. The year 1980 marked a significant expansion of Janet Airline, a mysterious airline operating out of McCarran International Airport in Las Vegas. The acquisition of several Boeing 737s during the year raises questions and fuels speculation about the airline's secret activities. This chapter explores the events surrounding this enigmatic expansion. Janet Airlines' new acquisitions in 4515W, in 4510W, and 4508W. In 1980, Janet Airline, already known for its alleged role in transporting personnel to secret facilities, took a giant step forward by acquiring several Boeing 737 aircraft in the space of a few months. The first of these aircraft is registered as in 4515W, closely followed by in 4510W 3 months later, and finally in 4508W 3 months after that. These acquisitions raise questions about the nature of Janet Airlines' rapid fleet expansion. Janet Airline speculation. Janet Airline, often associated with secret missions and the transport of personnel to Area 51, is becoming the subject of much speculation and conspiracy theories. Acquisitions of Boeing 737s reinforce the idea that the airline could be involved in activities far beyond conventional air transport. Some even suggest that these aircraft could be used for classified missions or to transport personnel to alleged extraterrestrial facilities. Boeing 737 capabilities. Adaptation to specific needs. The Boeing 737's standard airliners raise questions about the specific nature of Janet Airlines' missions. Their ability to carry relatively large numbers of passengers suggests that they could be used to move personnel to remote sites or for operations requiring a degree of discretion. The modular features of these aircraft also offer flexibility to meet specific needs. Maintaining secrecy, a recurring practice at Janet Airline. Secrecy surrounds all Janet Airline activities. The acquisition of Boeing 737s in 1980 reinforces the perception that the airline is involved in large-scale, confidential operations. The lack of transparency and secrecy surrounding Janet Airlines operations fuels the fascination of the public and researchers alike. Conclusion: Janet Airline and the mysteries of its 1980 expansion. In conclusion, Janet Airlines' expansion with the acquisition of Boeing 737s in 1980 raises intriguing questions about the nature of its business. Speculation and conspiracy theories persist, fueled by the secrecy surrounding the airline. Janet Airline remains a mystery, its fleet of Boeing 737s symbolizing the enigma surrounding its operations and its alleged role in transporting people to confidential facilities. The enduring mysteries of Janet Airline and its Boeing 737s. The year 1985 marked a period of heightened mystery surrounding Janet Airline, an airline associated with secret operations linked to Area 51. The Boeing 737 acquisitions of 1980 continue to raise persistent questions about this airline's activities. This chapter further explores the mysteries surrounding Janet Airline and the use of its Boeing 737 aircraft. Enhanced opacity, Janet Airlines' expansion over the years. In the years following the acquisition of Boeing 737s in 1980, Janet Airline continued to grow in size and notoriety, albeit in the shadow of secrecy. The opacity surrounding its activities reinforces the perception that the company is involved in classified missions, contributing to an aura of mystery that persists to this day. Janet Airlines' secret missions. Unconfirmed claims. Speculation about Janet Airlines' secret missions persists, fueled by unconfirmed accounts from people claiming to have worked for the company or been transported by its flights. Allegations of personnel being transported to confidential or even extraterrestrial facilities continue to circulate in ufological circles, although the veracity of these claims remains unverified. Adapting Boeing 737s. Specific modifications for particular operations. Janet Airlines' successive purchases of Boeing 737s have raised questions about the specific modifications made to these aircraft. Some speculate that adjustments have been made to meet particular operational needs, such as increased discretion, the ability to deploy specialized teams, or even special equipment for covert missions. The possible role in sensitive projects, troubling clues. Disturbing clues link Janet Airline to sensitive projects. Unverified accounts point to links between the company and classified government projects, adding to the suspicion surrounding its activities. These elements point to a deeper connection between Janet Airline, Area 51, and other classified operations. Conclusion: Janet Airline, Boeing 737, and the persistent veil of secrecy. In conclusion, Janet Airline and its Boeing 737 acquisitions remained shrouded in secrecy in 1985. Rumors, unconfirmed accounts, and speculation continue to shape perceptions of this enigmatic airline. Janet Airlines' association with covert operations and Area 51 contributes to an aura of mystery that persists beyond this period, leaving the imagination of researchers and enthusiasts to explore the uncharted confines of its activities. 1983, Janet Airline, the mystery. Janet Airlines' mysterious expansion with a new Boeing 737. In 1983, Janet Airline, the enigmatic airline operating out of McCarran International Airport in Las Vegas, continued its intriguing expansion with the acquisition of another Boeing 737. This new acquisition reinforces the mystery surrounding the company's activities and raises new questions about its potential role in secret missions. This chapter explores the events surrounding the arrival of this new aircraft. The Janet Airline Enigma, a history of secretism. Since its inception, Janet Airline has been shrouded in secrecy, fueling speculation about its alleged role in classified missions, particularly those related to Area 51. The acquisition of a new Boeing 737 in 1983 added a new layer to this enigma, raising questions about the reasons behind its continued expansion. The Boeing 737, a significant choice for special missions. Janet Airlines' persistent choice of Boeing 737s suggests a deliberate intention in the selection of these aircraft. The modular features and passenger-carrying capacity of these aircraft could meet specific needs related to covert operations. Questions about the specific configuration of these aircraft for special missions remain unanswered. Expanding capabilities, new horizons, or continuity of existing operations. The acquisition of the new Boeing 737 in 1983 raised questions about the expansion of Janet Airlines' capabilities. Is this an indication of expansion into new operations, or simply a continuation of existing missions, but on an increased scale? Observers and researchers are trying to unravel the clues to understand the implications of this apparent growth. Intensified conspiracy theories. New material for new missions? The arrival of the new aircraft intensifies the conspiracy theories surrounding Janet Airline. Some suggest that this new addition to the fleet could be linked to new secret missions, perhaps in connection with alleged extraterrestrial technology stored at Area 51. Speculation is rife as to the specific use of this new aircraft. Conclusion: Janet Airline and its 1983 Boeing 737, a new chapter in the enigma. In conclusion, Janet Airlines' acquisition of an additional Boeing 737 in 1983 adds a new chapter to the enigma surrounding this mysterious airline. Speculation about missions, operations, and potential role in secret projects persists, reinforcing Janet Airlines' status as a key element in the mystery hovering over Area 51 and associated confidential activities. Janet Airline and its inexplicable expansion in 1983. The year 1983 marks a key moment in Janet Airlines' enigmatic history with the acquisition of a new Boeing 737. This expansion continues to raise questions and speculation about the airline's secret role, arousing the curiosity of researchers and ufology enthusiasts alike. This chapter delves into the details of this mysterious event. The context of secretism, fertile ground for conspiracy theories. Since its inception, Janet Airline has been shrouded in mystery, operating from its base at McCarran International Airport in Las Vegas. Its alleged links to covert operations and Area 51 have fueled conspiracy theories, creating fertile ground for speculation. The acquisition of a new Boeing 737 in 1983 only accentuated this context of secrecy. Continuity of Boeing 737 acquisitions, a deliberate choice? The acquisition of another Boeing 737 raises the question of whether these choices are deliberate or simply linked to logistical considerations. Could the versatile characteristics of these aircraft meet specific requirements for covert missions? This continuity of acquisitions suggests a strategic planning behind the choice of these aircraft. Adaptations for special missions? Observers are wondering whether this new Boeing 737 is equipped with specific modifications for particular missions. Speculation is rife about possible adaptations, whether for enhanced safety, special transport capabilities, or even advanced technologies. The lack of precise information fuels the mystery surrounding Janet Airline. Unconfirmed rumors and testimonials, a presumed role in classified projects. Rumors persist about Janet Airlines' role in classified projects. Unconfirmed accounts suggest that the company could play a central role in transporting personnel to secret or even extraterrestrial facilities. These allegations add further layers to the Janet Airlines saga. Conclusion: a new chapter in the Janet Airline Odyssey. In conclusion, the acquisition of the Boeing 737 in 1983 represents a new chapter in Janet Airlines' enigmatic history. Speculation about its activities, its links with Area 51, and its possible secret missions multiplies with this apparent expansion. Janet Airline continues to defy investigation, preserving its status as an aerial enigma at the heart of conspiracy theories and ufological mysteries. 1984, Janet Airline, second expansion. The mysterious sequel to Janet Airlines' expansion with a new Boeing 737. The year 1984 adds another layer of mystery to the Janet Airlines story with the acquisition of another Boeing 737. This new fleet expansion raises new questions about the nature of the airline's activities and its potential role in covert operations. This chapter explores the events surrounding the arrival of this new aircraft. The Quest for Answers, a history of persistent secretism. Since its inception, Janet Airline has maintained a level of secrecy that stimulates curiosity and fuels speculation. The repeated acquisition of Boeing 737s reinforces the idea that the company plays a special role in confidential operations. Researchers and enthusiasts alike are trying to unravel the mystery behind the airline's enigmatic activities. Questions about the choice of Boeing 737, an emerging boss? Janet Airlines' persistent choice of the Boeing 737 suggests an emerging pattern. Could the specific characteristics of these aircraft be essential to the nature of the company's missions? The lack of detailed information raises questions about possible adaptations or special configurations to meet particular operational requirements. Intensified rumors, a supposed role in secret projects. The arrival of the new Boeing 737 in 1984 intensifies the rumors surrounding Janet Airline. Speculation about its alleged role in secret government projects reaches new heights. Unconfirmed allegations circulate, suggesting that the company might be involved in operations linked to extraterrestrial technology or experimental projects. The expanding fleet, expanding capabilities, or continuity of missions. The addition of an extra Boeing 737 in 1984 raises the question of whether Janet Airline is expanding its capabilities for new missions or simply continuing its existing operations on a larger scale. Observers seek to understand whether this expansion signals a significant evolution in the company's role. Conclusion: 1984, another chapter in Janet Airlines' Book of Mysteries. In conclusion, Janet Airlines' acquisition of an additional Boeing 737 in 1984 adds yet another chapter to the airline's intriguing saga. Speculation, questioning, and conspiracy theories persist, making Janet Airline an enduring enigma within the aviation landscape and the mysteries surrounding Area 51. Answers remain elusive, intensifying the mystery that continues to hover around this enigmatic airline. Janet Airline, a third Boeing 737 in 1984, expanding enigmas. The year 1984 brought a new dimension to the Janet Airline enigma with the acquisition of a third Boeing 737. This apparent expansion of the fleet raises persistent questions about the company's secret role and its alleged connection with Area 51. This chapter explores in detail the events surrounding this mysterious addition. The secret continuum, Janet Airline's signature. Since its inception, Janet Airline has earned a reputation for secrecy and mystery. The addition of a third Boeing 737 in 1984 reinforces the perception of the company as an entity linked to confidential operations. Observers seek to understand whether this signature of secrecy will continue to mark Janet Airlines' evolution. Fleet evolution, intentional choices, or logistical necessities. The repeated acquisition of Boeing 737s raises questions about the intentional evolution of Janet Airlines' fleet. Could the modular characteristics of these aircraft be crucial for specific missions? Researchers wonder whether specific adaptations are possible to meet operational requirements, or whether this is simply a logistical choice. Conspiracy theories at a glance. Rumors of extraterrestrial involvement. The arrival of the third Boeing 737 intensifies conspiracy theories. Rumors are circulating about Janet Airlines' possible involvement in projects linked to extraterrestrial technology or encounters